Right now, as you listen to these words, an invisible war is raging inside your body. It's more dramatic than any blockbuster, more strategic than any war, and more personal than any story you know. This is the story of how your body fights cancer, and it begins with a single moment of betrayal. Deep within your tissues, surrounded by billions of loyal cells working in perfect harmony, one cell makes a fateful decision. Something has gone wrong in its genetic machinery, the blueprint that tells it how to live, work, and die. But instead of following protocol and self-destructing for the greater good, this rogue cell chooses survival at any cost. It has become the first citizen of what will either be a quickly crushed rebellion or the foundation of an empire that could destroy everything you are. This entire epic unfolds in spaces smaller than the width of a human hair, yet the consequences affect every aspect of who you are. Picture this corrupted cell as a factory worker who suddenly decides to ignore all safety regulations. Where once it carefully repaired damage and knew when its time was up, now it frantically reproduces itself, creating copy after copy. Each new cell carries the same genetic damage, but mutations creep in with every generation. Some mutations weaken these cellular rebels, others make no difference, but a dangerous few create variants that are stronger, hungrier, and more cunning than their predecessors. Weeks pass, and what started as a single rebellious cell has become thousands. They cluster together, forming the earliest stage of what could become a tumor. These aren't cancer cells yet, but they're no longer fully human either. They exist in a grey zone between order and chaos, between your body and something alien growing within it. As this cellular uprising grows, it faces its first major challenge: hunger. Like any growing population, these rogue cells need resources, oxygen, and nutrients to survive. Without them, the rebellion would simply starve and collapse. Problem solved. But evolution has been preparing for this moment for millions of years, and some of these mutant cells unlock a dangerous new ability. They begin sending chemical messages that trick your body into growing new blood vessels directly to them. Your own circulatory system, designed to nourish healthy tissue, becomes an unwitting collaborator in feeding the very cells that threaten your existence. It's as if a group of squatters convinced the city to run water and electricity directly to their illegal settlement. The tumor now has the resources it needs to grow exponentially. If you're fascinated by how your body fights such a hidden battle, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories that reveal the unseen power of your biology. As it expands, the tumor begins to crush and starve the healthy cells around it. These dying cells release distress signals, chemical screams that echo through your bloodstream. Finally, your immune system takes notice. The first responders arrive like emergency services at a disaster scene. Macrophages, your body's cleanup crew, begin devouring tumor cells and debris. Natural killer cells, living up to their name, hunt down and execute any cell that looks suspicious. These cellular soldiers release warning signals that spread throughout your body like air raid sirens, alerting every immune cell that a serious threat has been detected. Soon, the elite forces arrive. Dendritic cells, the intelligence officers of your immune system, collect fragments of destroyed tumor cells like forensic evidence. They rush this information to command centers throughout your body, where it's analyzed by helper T cells. These cellular strategists coordinate the immune response while killer T cells prepare for war. Your T cells are remarkable. Each one carries a library of molecular signatures, patterns that identify everything from viruses to bacteria to cancer cells. Despite every tumor being unique, there are certain genetic corruptions that cancer simply cannot hide. Your T cells know exactly what to look for, and they are absolutely lethal. The battle that follows is swift and merciless. A single T cell can kill hundreds of cancer cells before dying. Killer T cells launch targeted strikes against tumor cells while simultaneously cutting off their blood supply. Starved and under constant attack, hundreds of thousands of tumor cells die. Macrophages sweep through the battlefield, consuming the dead and signaling healthy tissue to regenerate and repair the damage. In most cases, this is where the story ends. Your immune system has won a complete victory, and you never know this battle even took place. The illegal cellular settlement has been razed, its inhabitants eliminated, and order restored. If you want to discover more incredible battles happening inside your body right now, hit that subscribe button. Take a moment to consider this. While you've been listening to this story, this exact battle might be happening inside you right now, completely undetected. But in the smoking ruins of this cellular battlefield, something stirs. Hidden among the carnage, a single tumor cell clings to life. This isn't just any cell, it's a survivor from the fittest lineage, one that was slightly better at hiding, slightly more resistant to immune attack, slightly more cunning than all the others. Natural selection, the same force that shaped all life on Earth, has just accidentally created a more dangerous enemy. This lone survivor begins the process again, but with crucial advantages. It creates copies of itself that inherit its enhanced survival traits, and as these new cells multiply and mutate further, they form a tumor that's significantly more resilient than the first. When your immune system discovers this second uprising, it responds with overwhelming force. No gradual escalation this time. Elite T cells attack immediately. Yet once again, total victory eludes them. Another cell survives, this one even more adapted to immune pressure than the last. The cycle repeats, each time selecting for tumor cells that are better at evading, resisting, or even fighting back against your body's defenses. It's an evolutionary arms race playing out in microscopic battlefields throughout your body. After several rounds of this deadly game, something truly dangerous emerges. The latest generation of tumor cells has acquired the most sinister ability of all, the power to turn your immune system against itself. Every immune cell has built-in safety switches, molecular brakes that prevent them from attacking healthy tissue. These checkpoints are essential, preventing autoimmune disasters that could destroy your organs. But the evolved tumor cells have learned to exploit these safeguards. They broadcast signals that flip these switches, essentially telling your immune cells to stand down and let the cancer grow unchecked. Imagine police officers arriving at a crime scene only to be shown forged badges and official documents ordering them to leave immediately. Confused and following protocol, they withdraw, leaving the criminals free to operate. With the immune system neutralized, the tumor transforms into something far more lethal. Cancer cells multiply without restraint, creating a hostile microenvironment around themselves. They recruit corrupted versions of normal body cells, turning them into collaborators. Blood vessels are hijacked to provide nutrients. Structural cells are reprogrammed to provide support. Even immune cells are turned into double agents, actively protecting the tumor they were designed to destroy. This is no longer just a rebellion, it's a successful invasion. The cancer has established its own twisted ecosystem within your body, complete with supply lines, defensive perimeters, and expansion plans. Some tumor cells begin to explore, sending scouts into your bloodstream and lymphatic system, searching for new territories to colonize. And here lies cancer's ultimate tragedy and its greatest weakness. The more successful it becomes, the more damage it inflicts on the very system it depends on for survival. Cancer cells are incredibly inefficient, wasteful, and destructive. They consume resources at an unsustainable rate, destroy critical infrastructure, and eventually, if left unchecked, they will kill the body that sustains them. It's a game without winners, a war where victory means mutual destruction. But this story isn't over. Right now, across the world, hundreds of thousands of researchers are working to tip the scales permanently in your favor. New immunotherapies are teaching your T cells to see through cancer's disguises. Checkpoint inhibitors are removing the breaks that cancer exploits. CAR T-cell therapy is turning your own immune cells into enhanced super soldiers specifically designed to hunt down cancer. Scientists are developing ways to starve tumors by cutting their blood supply, poison them with targeted drugs, and even train your immune system to remember cancer signatures so it can prevent future uprisings before they begin. The war against cancer is far from over, but here's what's remarkable. Every breakthrough, every new therapy, every scientific discovery brings us closer to the day when your body's natural defenses become truly unstoppable. For the first time in human history, we're not just fighting defensively. We're learning to fight smarter, to turn cancer's own strategies against it, and to give your immune system the tools it needs to win decisively. Every day that passes brings us closer to a world where this cellular rebellion can be crushed before it ever truly begins, where the most personal war you'll never see becomes a battle your body can finally win, completely and forever. Until then, this ancient war rages on, silent, invisible, but more epic than any story ever told in the microscopic universe that is you.